Hello and welcome back to Pharma E-Class. I am Anindya Goswami and we were discussing different mixers used for mixing of solids. So in the previous classes we have discussed about the mixers with tumbling mixers with mixing blades like V-cone blender, double cone blender, the tumbling mixer without different mixing blades, then the static mixtures like ribbon blender, planetary mixer, sigma blenders and different types of fluidized mixtures are also there. Now we will discuss a continuous type of mixer, that is the zigzag continuous blender. This is a machine, this is a mixture which is used for continuous purpose. The basic design is somewhat like this. This is the actual diagram of an industrial continuous blender. So the material undergoes tumbling motion. That's the principle, as we have already studied what are tumbling mixtures are. And so in this case we have different V-cone blenders attached together. So it is in a rotating shell type, having several V-type blenders connecting in a series. When V section is inverted, the material splits into two portions. So this portion gets inverted because it will rotate, and the powder portion is divided into two parts. One half moves backwards while the another half moves forward. And in the after the first V section clears the charge, a fresh feed enters, and hence it can be used for continuous blending. So this is the construction. Yes, it consists of a long shell which takes the shape of several V-shaped blenders connected in a series, as it is evident from the diagram. At one end of the shell, a chamber is there where this feeding chamber can be attached to. In any one of the chambers, the feeding chamber is attached from which the feed can continuously fed through. The other end allows the discharge of material. So one end there is feeding, the other end there will be for the discharge of the material. The shell is inclined towards to the discharge end. So that is also another important point. And continuous zigzag blenders employs the principle of tumbling action, where continuously a series of V blenders are attached, and we have already studied in previous classes details about V blender. So it is exactly the same, the applications and the principles, but here we can do it continuously. Next we'll move on to mixing of liquids, which is another very useful operation in pharmaceutical industries, where we have to mix different types of liquids, be it miscible liquids and be it immiscible liquids. So the basic mechanisms of liquid mixing are of three basic types. The basic mechanisms like bulk transport, turbulent mixing and laminar mixing. So let us come to bulk transport. So bulk transport is the movement of large portion of material from one location to another location in a given system, and here rotating blades are used for the particular purpose. So bulk transport is where the flow of the materials we have to constantly send from one location to another location in the system, in the mixing tank itself, and we have to employ some amount of rotating blades for the purpose. Second one is the turbulent mixing, where mixing occurs due to turbulent flow, which results in the random fluctuation of the fluid velocity at any given point within the system, and the fluid velocity moves in all three directions. So the mixing is very turbulent. The mixing is very improper because it can rotate. If the velocity can be given at a particular, if you choose a particular point, so we can see in x, y and z, in three directions the velocity moves, it changes. The third one is laminar mixing, where mixing of two dissimilar liquid through laminar flow, that is applied shear stretches the interface between them, and it is suitable for the liquids which required not very rigorous mixing but very moderate form of mixing. Another important form of mixing or mechanism is the molecular diffusion, but basically these are the three important types, and there is also another fourth mechanism through which the mixing is done at a molecular level, but practically in a mixing equipment we find bulk transport, we find turbulent mixing and laminar mixing, but also there is molecular diffusion occurring. So mixing at molecular level, in which molecules diffuse to thermodynamic action. So these are the four basic mechanisms of mixing of liquids. So this is the basic apparatus for fluid mixing or liquid mixing, where we have a mixing tank which can be enclosed inside a proper system. There is a impeller shaft. Yes, this is the impeller and this is its shaft. And here is the motor drive or the motor connection. So this impeller shaft can rotate or impeller shaft can be moved as according to the requirement. And there are some partitions built in the mixing tank which is also very important, and those partitions are called as baffles. So quite a simple diagrammatic representation, and it is quite easier in compared to solid mixing, because here we are working with liquids. So it contains a container, the basic apparatus contains a container or a particular system, and we have a mixing device. That mixing device is also called as impeller, and the stick or the shaft which is holding this impeller is called as the impeller shaft. This is the basic design. Now this is the tank inlet. We can feed our sample from this inlet, and after the proper mixing of over, this inlet can also be used for proper outlet of the mixing when it is being over. So this is the simple design of a mixing apparatus for fluids. Now, what is the difference between the different devices? The mixing apparatus for fluids will remain the same. There will be a mixing tank and there will be an impeller shaft. But that impeller or the devices, the design of the devices, that changes. So, three basic designs of impellers for liquid mixings are there. First and foremost, we have propellers. That is the first basic device which is used. So, these are the diagrams of propeller or the blades which is connected to the impeller shaft. So check out the designs of the blades. We have three bladed system, we have four bladed system and a multiple bladed system also. So these bladed systems are called as your propellers, and this is the basic design. It is used when high mixing capacity is required. It is effective for liquids which have maximum viscosity of up to 2 pascals per second, or slurry with up to 10% solids of particular mesh size. And this is quite effective for liquid gas dispersion is possible at regulatory scale, and it operates quite at high speeds up to 8,000 rpm. So when we are working with quite a good amount of solid with this particular viscosity, then we can use these propellers and we can obtain high speed up to 8,000 rpm with the help of these propellers. But what are the disadvantages? Yes, the disadvantage is that we cannot apply, or this is normally not effective with liquids of viscosity greater than 5 pascals per second, such as glycerin or castor oil. For mixing of those particular liquids, those particular viscous liquids, we will need a different type of impeller. So this is the second design of the impeller device, number 2, that is turbines. So check out the turbine blades. This is a perforated disc and with its curved or maybe straight blades are attached. So a turbine consists of a circular disc to which a number of short blades are attached. The blades may be straight or may be curved. The diameter of the turbine ranges from 30 to 50% of the diameter of the vessel, and the diffuse ring increases the shear force and the liquid pass through the perforations and reduce the rotational vortexing and swirling. It rotates at lower than the speed of the propeller, that is around 50 to 200 rpm, and high turbulence and intense shear is created near the turbine blades. So the shaft is attached with these perforations, and wherever the blade is, when this turbine is rotating, quite high turbulence and intense shear is being observed. Come up to the advantages. Yes, it is quite advantageous with effective with liquids greater than viscosity of 7 pascals per second, and can handle slurries with up to 60% of solid contents. Hence, it is quite suitable for the preparation of emulsion and for emulsification purposes. Come to the third type of design, that is paddles. Simple design, simple paddles are attached with the impeller shaft. This is the design, simple design. So a paddle consists of a central hub with long flat blades attached to it vertically. So this is the central hub and this is the hub, yes, and the paddles is attached like this. It deep tanks, several paddles can be attached one above another. So at different angles, paddles can be attached like this in a single straight hub, in a single straight shaft. 2 or 4 blade paddles are most common, and paddles for more viscous liquid generally have a number of blades, often shaped to fit closely to the surface of the vessel, avoiding dead spots and deposited solids. So the positioning of these paddles we can arrange according to the nature of the solids or the solvents to be mixed with. The paddles push the liquid radially and tangentially with almost no axial action. So when we check the different components of the velocity, we can come to this, how the turbines or the paddles or the propellers move. So the paddles, they push the liquid in the radial direction as well as in the tangential direction, but no axial movement occurs. For liquids of low viscosity, simple flat paddles are used, and the emphasis on the radial and tangential movement is the main focus. So come to the advantages of paddle and its uses. Yes, vortex formation is comparatively low, and particularly with low speeds. When paddles are used at quite a low speeds, the vortex formation or entrapment of air formation does not occur. Disadvantage, so this for the preparation of suspension, for mixing of suspensions, these paddles are not very effective. So for that purpose we have to use some baffle tanks. Baffle tanks are mixing tanks with some projections or partitions, so that the particular solid or the solvent, they just collides with them and then only the effective mixing is occurring. Uses, it is used for the manufacturing of antacid suspension, agar and pectin relating purgatives and different types of anti-diarrheal mixtures. Yes, come to the flow patterns of liquid during the mixing. Basically we have 3 basic type of flow patterns: the radial component, the axial or longitudinal or the vertical component, as well as the tangential component. Come to the radial component. Pictorial, it is evident with you. This is the movement of this is the impeller shaft. This is the movement of the impeller shaft. So in radial velocity or the radial component of the movement is in this side or this side. So the shaft is attached inside the liquid tank of the liquid, and the radial movement means the movement of the blades is like this. So as in the radial component acts in direction vertical to the impeller shaft, excessive radial flow takes the material to the container wall, and then the material falls to the bottom and rotates a mass beneath the impeller. So radial movement is like this only. Next come to most important movement, axial, longitudinal or vertical component acts in the direction. Yes, this is the longitudinal component or the axial component of movement, which acts in the direction parallel to the impeller shaft. And inadequate longitudinal components causes the liquid in the solid to rotate in layers without mixing. So if this longitudinal movement is not proper, then proper mixing doesn't occur. An adequate longitudinal pattern is best used to generate strong vertical currents, particularly when suspending solids are to be mixed. When we are mixing suspending solids with the different types of solvents, then this proper axial or longitudinal or vertical component of the movement of the shaft or the impeller shaft device is to be done. Come to the tangential component. Yes, this is a tangential component, tangential movement, where the movement is occurring tangentially. Just see the arrow. So a tangential component acting in direction that is tangent to the circle of rotation around in the impeller device. So impeller shaft device, that particular movement when it is tangential and acting according to the direction that is in tangent to the circle of rotation, that particular movement is called as the tangential component or circular component. Let us check which are the machines, which are the impeller types that with the particular flow components or patterns. So the propellers, they show axial movement. The turbines, they are showing either axial or longitudinal or maybe both. The paddles, they are showing only radial and tangential movements. And the paddles with pitch. What are paddles with pitch? Where more than one paddles are attached and different angles. Paddles, a single paddle system is also there. Paddles with pitch systems are also there. When paddles with pitch is being obtained, which is being used, we are getting a number of components of movement, that is radial, tangential as well as axial.